Hi guys! Okay, so today we will be using the foam roller right here, the long foam roller. If you have one of those half ones, you can still do just about everything that we're going to do today, I think. If you don't have anything at all, it doesn't matter. Just go with what you have or modify it accordingly. I always give you options. We're not going to use it for the whole class anyway, just when I feel like it. So let's place those feet underneath our hips. We're going to stand up nice and tall. So just take a second to feel really grounded here with the arches of your feet lifted but the rest of your feet planting heavily into the floor. We want to be broad and open across those collarbones. Nice big breath in, as always, rolling down, bending the knees. We're going all the way to the floor. Hello, hamstring in there. Rolling up all the way. Breathing in here and rolling down. Gosh, my hamstrings are sore from yesterday, from that Duradisc class. Rolling up. And last one, rolling down. Let's really pull it to your spine to roll up. Floating those arms out to the side, moving straight into some side bends. I suppose I haven't done that single leg bridging on a Duradisc for a little while. Must be why my hammies are sore. Nice to be sore sometimes though. And breathing in as we tilt, stretching the side, opening up through your ribs, using those obliques to pull yourself back up through center. Keeping the shoulders well away from the ears. Let's go one more each side. And then moving through your rotation. So turning the palms to face the ceiling, bend those knees. We want to stay nice and still from the waist down. So it's a double twist. Back through center, double twist to the other side. Back through center. Keep the knees going over the toes. Nice. Nearly done here. Last one. And then we'll come back through center, take the arms down, give the shoulders a bit of a roll. So I'm going to grab this roller, but only to show you how you can use it if you need it for a bit of support. So I'm just going to put it there. So that's where you'll need a tall roller, and you don't actually need anything at all. But we're going to do a bit of a reformer series, standing on the mat here, a reformer foot / leg series. We're just going to pretend we're lying on a bed that moves, but really we'll be upright. So we're going to start in a small V. I don't want you to overturn out your feet there, but if you need the roller for balance, that's where you're just going to use it there. You could also use a chair or anything like that, but I'm actually not even going to use it. Okay, hands can go on my hips for now, tucking that butt under. I'm going to bend the knees until the knees go over the toes like so. And then I'm going to zip up my legs, and as I zip up my legs, I'm going to rotate my hips outwards and draw my two sit bones together. So we bend, and then we stretch. And bend, press the insides of the knees together as we stretch. That's it, bend, and stretch. Lovely. And stretch. Keep that feeling of wrapping the glutes around to the back. We're pretending that we're on the reformer and we've got our heels resting on the bar with our toes in space. If you're familiar with what a reformer does, that is. Otherwise, just take this exercise for what it is, small pliés. Okay, so let's do one more, and then we're going to rise up onto our toes. So if we rise up onto our toes, you see our heels come apart. So let's take our feet a little bit closer together so that we can keep our heels touching. And I don't want you to be as far up on those toes as you can. Come down a little bit. Still feel that wrapping of your glute using the roller if you need some balance. Squeeze the heels as we bend the knees. Squeeze the insides of the legs as we return to standing. Squeeze the heels on the way down. Zip up those inner thighs on the way up. Inhale, we go down. Exhale, we're lifting up. So the idea here is we're giving our quads a nice little warm up. We're building the strength in our ankles. Squeeze those heels. Stand tall. So we should be able to go a little bit lower than we did before. Let's get those arms moving. So the arms are going to come forward and then out to the side. They come forward and up, out to the side. Let's do it again. Forward and up, out to the side. Let's keep that tummy drawing into the spine. I was going to say belly button, that doesn't make sense. Reverse with the arms. Up, bring them forward, zip up those thighs. Up, and forward. That's it. We'll do one more time. And we can lower the heels down. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. Let's go back to parallel now. Same thing, hands on our hips. We're going to rise up onto our toes, go all the way up, come halfway down, and that's where we'll stay. Bend and stretch. We're bending, knees straight over the toes, and stretch. As you stretch, pull up those kneecaps, pull up the quads. Really make the most of this movement. It really can be as easy or as hard as you make it. We may as well get all the benefits out of it though, right? So pull up those kneecaps. This is the muscle we want to find, our VMO. Just there. Keep going, same exercise. Down and up. Couple more. And last one. Lower those heels. Let's take the feet quite wide. Turn those hips out, but we want to make sure we can match the turnout, feet and hips. So let's start with the arms. We're going to go down and up. We're going to go wider with those feet. On the reformer, we wouldn't go quite this wide, but we can with a nice wide mat. So let's press the knees over the toes. Press them back. Stretch out those inner thigh muscles. Lovely. Let's get some bit more interesting arms happening. Up and forward. So same as what we were doing before. Lovely. See how low you can go in your pliés. Press those knees back. Take the feet wider if you want. Whatever feels good. On the way up, you're wrapping your glutes around. You're pulling up your quads. You're pulling up your kneecaps. Let's reverse with the arms. Promise we can lie down after this. Already at 9 minutes. Where does the time go? I've only got one more exercise after this. One more time. And give the legs a bit of a shake. Bring them a bit closer together. We're going to rise up onto our toes here. So all the way up and then come down a little bit lower. Hands on hips. Reset your pelvis. Tuck the butt under. Wrap the glutes around. This is a little bit more of a weirder feeling. We're trying to keep the heels lifted, but bending the knees. So the heels, imagine you're wearing high heels, so they can't get any closer to the ground. You can't rise up any higher. Knees over toes. That's it. Test your balance. See if you want to go a little bit lower. Remember, you've always got the option of a chair or a roller here if you think you need it. It's always there. You can always hold on to anything you like. Let's do 2 more times. 2 and 1. Good. Lower those heels. We'll do a quick little stretch out of the quads. So I invite you to use this for balance if you think you need it. Let's line our knees up. And then you're going to pull your heel to your glutes and then tuck your butt under and feel that nice intensity. That's it. Other side. Grab your foot, line the knees together, heel to glute, tuck the butt under. And we're pretty much ready to get down to the floor. We'll leave the roller nearby so that we can grab it, but we'll just start here on our back just to get some body heat in the upper body now. So we're going to start with our abdominals. So first of all, finding our neutral position, hips, knees and ankles, hands behind the head. Obviously with the hands behind the head, we just have to watch those ribs. Try and knit them together. Imagine your ribs sliding in towards each other and kind of latching on like so. Exhale, lift. Inhale, back down to the mat. Lift, back down to the mat. So everything from the pelvis down is staying stable. Lovely. Watch those ribs. So it's fairly easy to keep the ribs knitted when we lift, not so easy when we go back down to the mat. Making sure the knees are not falling wide. We're changing now into an oblique twist. So we're going to bring our front leg towards our back elbow. Take it all the way down to the ground. Other side. Pull it in. Take it down. Pull it in. Take it down. That's it. And in. And down. Very nice. One thing that stays nice and stable, secure, is that pelvis. My gosh, it's fresh this morning. I am dealing with some very cold feet right now. And also I had my jumper and I decided to take it off. But I have so many regrets about that. So we're going to have to work a bit harder to warm myself up. I had my Ugg boots on and I didn't want to take them off. Oh, okay, one more time, each side. Nice. All right, sliding our legs out, arms out behind us, roll ups, and we're going to grab the roller after the first roll up. So arms will come first, nodding chin to chest, peel that spine up. Here's the roller, so let's go place it underneath our feet, probably just above your ankles there. So I've got a rounded spine situation, and then we're going to roll all the way down, bending the knees so that our feet will be perfectly on top of the roller. If it's not perfect, you can just fix it up. We're rolling up, round the back, rolling down, feet are flat. And we'll continue with this nice, smooth motion here, pulling that tummy in to your spine. I don't know how my hamstrings are going to handle this next thing that I had planned to do. They're quite sore from yesterday, but we'll see how we go. Rolling up. Nice and smooth. Remember, your option is not to roll all the way up. You can just roll to there. You could roll your legs out if you like. And back in. If you're not using a roller at all, you're just rolling, sliding is the word I'm looking for, your legs along the mat. And we'll make this next one the last one. Let's try and sit up tall here. So I know it's harder with the legs on top of the roller. It really makes our hamstrings stretch that extra bit. Let's open up and twist towards the front, back to center. Open up and twist towards the back, back to center, right up on those sit bones. I'm going to make it harder soon. As you know, I always make it harder. Yes. True. If you need to have your knees bent, I should have mentioned that. That's definitely better than having to lean back and round the spine. Making the next one the last one. And then we're going to make our lives a little bit more interesting and challenging by rolling back. We'll go with the same movement. Open, center, open, center. So really tuck that pelvis under so we can activate or work through the lower abdominals. I hope we're all surviving there. This one will be the last one. Let's have a little break, flopping forward over the legs. Not going for an intense stretch here, just having a little rest. Sitting tall, rest is over. We're going to roll down to that same point, and then we're going to take the arms back and forward. Take them back and forward. So I'm trying hard to really round my back. It's not a straight situation. Trying, but obviously the challenge is there. All right, 2 more. 1 and 2. We're going to put the elbows on the mat behind us and have a quick little rest here. Okay, so without letting the shoulders creep up towards the ears, we're going to hold this position and just practice the legs. The leg's going to come in like so. You're going to take it down, pull it in, take it down, pull it in, take it down. So if this level works for you and you're quite happy here, by all means continue with this. I'm going to make it a little bit more challenging. We're not going to have our arms resting on the floor. All right, I think we're ready. So let's roll back up to that position where we were before and continue with the legs. So you know you have your options of putting your elbows on the mat or working at this level with me. Definitely starting to warm up, although my feet are still freezing. But my upper body is getting better. My legs had the chance to warm up at the beginning. I am wearing my fleecy tights though, so, you know, hashtag Queensland winter. All right, last one. And then we're going to roll up, flopping forward. You're just going to bring the roller under there so it's ready to grab when we need it. Bring your feet a little bit closer, reach your hands forward, and we're going to roll down to the mat, hands by our side. So the roller is just going to be stuck there. You can feel it with your fingertips, but we're not really using it. Rolling up and rolling down. Back to neutral. Rolling up, squeeze those glutes. Rolling down. You know what to do. We've all done this 1,000 times. I mean, I actually have no idea who's watching me right now. That's half the fun. Whether it's people who know me well or whether it's some new people. Peeling up, knit those ribs together, rolling down. Peeling up, slinking down. And a couple more. holding at the top here. We're going to float our arms up, holding. We're going to march from side to side. So hopefully the roller just stays exactly where we put it. Make sure you're not putting your foot back on top of the roller. You'll definitely feel it if you are. Ribs together. Nice. Try not to let your glutes sink any closer to the floor. One more time each side. And then both feet down, rolling down to the mat. Cool. So I'm going to rescue this roller now. Bring it around into your hands. So it doesn't have to be a long roller. It could be a short one, or it could be just a strap or a towel. Okay, so we're doing some abs. So lower back into the mat. Take the roller, if your shoulders allow, all the way to the floor. Legs up. We're going to lift into this situation and then releasing down to the mat. Lift up, straighten the legs, roll the tap to on the thigh, back down to the mat. That's it, driving that lower back down into the floor. Nodding the chin to chest. Good. 4, 3, 2, and are you ready for this next one? And 1. Holding here, lower the legs, lift them up to tap the roller. Lower them down a little bit, lift them up. Modification is one leg, and lift. Lower and lift, and then you would swap, maybe do 2 to each side, something like that. We're not doing too many more. Keep that chin nodded, lift up a little bit high with the head and chest. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Find the floor, release down to the mat. Nice. 2 seconds break for the neck here. Lifting up, we're going to tap the roller one side, lift it up over the legs, tap it to the other. So if you have a smaller roller, you're actually going to get a little bit more range. That's it. And we'll go 3 more taps to each side. 2, and 1, and back down to the mat. Good, bring the roller through. It's going to go, it's easier with a smaller roller here. You're going to place the roller between your legs like so. So if you have a long roller, don't have all this hanging at the top here, just slide it down so it gets that out of the way. And you're squeezing on the roller. We'll take the arms out to the side. You're just going to rock side to side here. So give it a good squeeze so we can activate those inner thighs. Benefit of doing this exercise with something like a roller in between your knees is that it's pretty hard for your knees to glide around here. You have to squeeze them. You have to not drop the roller. And it's different to a ball because a ball can roll around there in between your knees if you're not quite twisting through your hips enough. Sorry, through your waist enough. But a roller is pretty stable here. It's not going to roll around too much. Good. See how we're going. Okay, the next one, this one could be our last 1. We're going to try and hold the legs lifted here. If you do need a break and need to put the feet down, that's absolutely fine. Hands behind the head, chest lift and lower. So it's nice and simple. Simple in terms of the movement. Never simple when our abdominals are involved. All right, so make sure you've got a good grip on the bottom of that roller too, because we're going to try and straighten our legs up as we lift. Ooh, and back to tabletop as we lower. So I can't quite get my legs straight without the roller. Wait a second, slipping. So I'm holding it more between my ankles than in between my knees. That just means I can get my legs straight without getting stuck. But just doing the best you can. It's actually not even about getting those legs straight. Lift and lower. Let's do 3 more times. 3, 2, and 1. Holding here if we can. Give it a really good squeeze. We're just holding. Keep the neck supported. Flatten out your tummy. Lift a little higher. Squeeze as hard as you can. We're going to take the hands towards the bottom of the mat. If you think you can, we're going to start to pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. So going nice and slow. Try and last 5 counts for a big breath in and last 5 counts for a big breath out. So I'll count in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more sets. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab that roller. Release down to the mat, soles of the feet together, and just let those hips fall open, maybe just wobbling side to side. We've done well, 27 minutes. Oh, still a little bit more to get through. I've been sort of avoiding this hamstring exercise, but I think we should just do it and get it over with. Shall we? No, let's not. We'll do something else in a plank that's much harder anyway. But first of all, let's get some glutes done. So we don't actually need the roller for the next part. We're going to come up onto our elbow. You know, if you prefer to be along the ground, you can be, but today I'm going to teach it up on your elbow. So knock yourself out with whatever modification you want to take. Okay, so just remember that it's important not to let this shoulder creep up here. I've got my top leg lifted, core engaged. I'm going to start with some small circles like so. So there's a lot going on in this exercise right from the start. The obvious one, of course, is our butt. The next obvious thing is probably our shoulder. So lots going on around the shoulder blade. We want to use our lats to draw the base of your shoulder blade down towards your back pocket. Want to use the muscles that kind of wrap around here, so your serratus. Let's go back the other way with the leg to hold that shoulder blade in place. You've got your glute doing some stabilizing, the underneath. So my obliques working here. Nice strong tummy as always. Let's pause, reset, kick your heel to your glute and straighten it out. Kick, straighten, kick, straighten. That's it. Oh, hello glute. I can feel you. Hooray! Okay, we're moving on. It's not going to be a long glute series. We're going to bring the leg forward to the front of the mat, behind to the back of the mat. So forward and behind. We are going to get bigger, but not just yet. Forward, behind. Watch that shoulder. Forward, behind. Let's start to get a little bit bigger with each kick. So you're definitely allowed to compensate with this different weight that's going on now. Let's Kick all the way forward. And behind, stretch, stretch, stretch. Bring it forward. Stretch it behind. One more. And then we swap. Behind, back to center, and down. Giving the glute a little bit of a rub. So that's it for the glute series. See, not as intense as we often do. Setup is the same. Here I do want to spend a little bit of time doing some fun things with a roller in a plank. Okay, set up. Make sure that shoulder's down. You're lifted under your ribs. Core is strong. What are we doing? Circles. So breathe in for a circle. Breathe out for a circle. Something like that. Think about all those things that we were talking about on the other side. With your lats, your serratus, abdominals, glutes on both legs, obliques, back the other way. Hooray! And let's pause, kick, extend, kick, extend, kick, extend, kick. Oh yeah, there's the glute pain. I shouldn't say pain, the burn. And we're moving into our kicks. Forward to the front of the mat, behind towards the back of the mat. Forward, behind. Only the width of the mat to start with. And then we get a little bit bigger with each kick, and we're trying not to let our leg get any closer to the floor. Bring it forward, press it behind. Forward and behind. Forward. Can we do two more? Forward, behind. Last one. Behind, back, and lower down. Oh, that felt so much worse on that side. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get our back extension out of the way right now. Get set up here. Okay, so I think we're good. Lying flat on our tummies. The roller will roll towards you. It'll roll onto your palms. And we're lifting all the way to here, or higher if you think you can. So just sort of compare this. Is that you've done this? Is it better? Is it worse? Do you feel tighter? Do you feel looser? Do you feel stronger? Do you feel growth? These things. I think back extension used to be one of my favorite things when I was good at it. Now, in my old age, it's not that great and it's not that fun and I don't love it. Two more times. Two. And one. And we're done with back extension. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a stretch. Sitting back on your heels. Hands to one side. Let's lean into it. Around to the other, leaning into it. And we've got time now for some planking fun. So we're going to, first of all, if you would like to test out just a normal plank, please go for it. But if you want to use the roller, we're going to do some pikes and some bunny hops, I think they're called, using this fun roller. And obviously just working to your own level. You can be on your elbows too, don't feel like you have to be up on your hands. I feel more stable up on my hands. And let's just find our plank here. That was wrong. I need to be underneath my ankles. There we go. Whew. Holding here. So we're going to start with some bunny hops. You're going to pull your knees in and then you're going to straighten them out. Pulling them in, straightening out. Just, it's all about getting that roller in the right spot, isn't it? Pull it in, that's better. Pull out. Good, so it should be hard work. It should be hard work everywhere. Shoulders, abs, legs. Good. Let's do 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Psyching ourselves up for the pike. I'm going to drop down to my elbows for this one, just to mix it up. I'm definitely procrastinating. Okay, so same position. We're going to try and keep the back straight as we lift up, aiming to get the hips somewhere on top of the shoulders. Maybe not all the way. Depends how long your legs are, I guess. Actually, it makes no difference at all. Lifting up, rolling down, lifting up, rolling down. 2 more times. Up, down, up, down, knees to the floor, and just nice. Oh, I do enjoy this kind of stuff, but man, that was way harder than I thought. Let's do a quick little side bend before we finish. Good thing is that was over really quickly, wasn't it? Okay, hand on top of the roller here. No, this is wrong. Isn't it? Yeah, for a good stretch, this is the right way. Okay, so roller needs to be on the side of your leg that's at the back for this particular exercise. Sometimes we use it on the other side. Today, we're gonna go with this stretch because we want that real intense feeling down this side. We can windmill, and you can see that when we go this way, it's not as much of a stretch. So let's roll it out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And over. Good. We'll do the same to the other side. Driving both sit bones down, lifting up, stretch it out. Feeling that really awesome stretch, one of my favorite things. And windmilling the other way. Good. Did we do 2 or 3? I can't remember. We'll just do one more here. No harm. I think we only did 2, but who knows? Who knows? It's pre-coffee. Who knows what happens? Pre-caffeine. Okay, we're basically done. So let's come all the way up onto our feet. Breath in, rolling down. Stretch the back legs, rolling up. I am glad I decided not to go with that hamstring exercise today. I can feel them a lot, especially there. Woohoo! Thanks everyone. So glad you could join me today. Okay, bye everyone.